that rose I showed you, that's what colour it ends up turning as it blooms out. Isn't it just divine? It is my favourite. So you can see, where is it? That one there. And that how it was yellow. And that one was the one that I showed in the video that just had the little bits of pink starting up on the edge of the rose. So from yesterday to today, it's amazing. Good morning, everybody. I've been out for another walk today. It was very overcast when I came out this morning, but as you can see behind me, the sky is starting to clear. It was really cool this morning. You can hear the birds. They're all going berserk. So basically today I thought that I would just potter around the I've got a few things to do. I've got a few custom bags to make and stuff like that. I have some recording to do, and so yeah, I just thought that I'd pop in and say hi before the stitch with me, and yeah, and just share a little bit with you what goes on in my day-to-day life. Not a lot is happening at the moment. I like to wind down it this year where everybody else gets a little bit crazy. And I sort of take time where, like, we've got the last week of school, so Nerily has, I think, 3 more days left of school. She never goes on the last day. There's actually technically 4, but she never goes on the last day. So yeah, I just thought that I'd just potter around the house and get some stuff done. We don't generally put our Christmas tree up until like the 19th. We observe the 12 days of Christmas, which starts at the 19th and goes to New Year. So we take our tree down on New Year's Eve because you don't take the old into the new and all that sort of stuff. That's just a tradition that we've had since I was a little girl. I can remember that the tree never went up until the 19th. I think my mum occasionally put it up earlier, but yeah, so I think it's an English tradition. So I think it actually comes from my grandfather's side of the family. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not really big on traditions and stuff like that. Well, I do that. I observe that. But yeah, so I'm thinking that I might actually put it up a little bit earlier this year, and I've got some decorating to do in the studio, and I have a lot of cleaning to do today. So yeah, let's just get into the rest of my day, shall we? We are here for day 7. Woohoo! Day 7. I can't believe we're already at day 7. For our Vlogmas, and basically we're just going to do a stitch with me today and a bit of a chit chat about the book that I have, or books that I have read. Is it 1, 2? No, it's only 1 today. Oh, I'm losing track of how many books I've read, because normally I just save them up and talk about them once a week, but yeah, as I'm finishing them, I'm quickly writing a little bit of a blurb about them so I know which ones I'm up to where I've got to talk about it, so I don't lose track. But you know what, I'm probably going to lose track. I know I'm going to lose track. Alright, but we are here for our day 7 opening of our mystery and our book advent calendar. So we're going to start with the mystery one first. I'm just going to bring that camera out a little bit so we can see what we've got. Oh no, wrong way, Nicole. Try again. There we go. Alright, so this one again is wrapped in sheet music. Chorus of Ancestors with Solos. There you go. Alright, it is day 7, and I'll just get the little label off. The paper is very old. You've seen how quick that staple came out just then. But again, I will be able to use this. This is soft and squishy too today. I'll be able to use this in my journals. Alright. Ooh. It's looking like it's swatches of fabric. Ooh, and they're textural too. Alright, I'll just pop that over there. And they're like little samples of fabric, different types of fabric. This one is very textural. That yellow is raised off the brown. This one here is, it's 100% wool. So yeah, it's got little labels on the back of what they are. This one looks like a sateen. Satiano, so satin. This one again is very textural, feels like a wool. Let me just Let's have a look. Where is it? Polyester and linen. Oh, there you go. It actually feels a bit woolish. And this one is textural as well. But these will be good because I'll be able to use, I've used like textured sticker fabric before in journals and whatnot, and just use them to add a little bit of dimension and stuff like that. And this one's an upholstery, this one, and it's 100% polyester. So there's some good little bits and pieces. This wool one I'll be able to use on the back of a cross stitch ornament or something like that, so that'll come in handy. Alright, so that was pretty cool. That bit different. This whole thing's been different, but we've gone away from the letter P, because we're now either at samples or fabric, so yeah, or swatches. All right, the next one we're going to open up, I don't know, I think it's all just for junk journaling. I think Christy is right on the money for that, and that's what it's going to be used for. It'll be used for in my journals and that. I don't do junk journaling. I've never even really looked into junk journaling, so I don't know. All right, the next one we're going to open is day 7. Check out the chocolate wrapping paper. How cool is that? Like, we've got pralines on there, we've got little like cups. Oh, that one looks pretty good. No, we've got ones wrapped in nuts, we've got mint ones, that's like a mint cream, I'd say. Oh, that looks so good, making me hungry. All right, let's open this up and see what we've got today. I'm telling you, this tape, these are like near impossible to get into it without wrecking the paper. All right, let's go. Let's get this open. Come on, open up. Oh, we've got a Virginia Bailey book, is the author. It is, she has another one called Early One Morning. It's an enchanting, so here it is here. Okay. An enchanting storyteller observer by the author of Early Morning Sunday Times. So Virginia Bailey. I forgot yesterday to tell you when that other book was printed, and I don't have it here, so yeah. So this looks like, what's it called? It's called The Fourth Shore. Okay. The Fourth Shore, the silver of fertile land along the Tripoli coast, the lost territory of Mussolini, promised to reclaim it for Italy. Which is how in 1929, 17-year-old Liliana, I don't know how to pronounce that, arrives from Rome on a ship filled with eager colonists to join her brother and his new wife. Liliana is sure she's on the brink of a great adventure, but what awaits her is not a Mediterranean idyll of cocktail parties, smart dancers, dashing officers, romantic intrigues she has imagined. Instead, she finds a world of persecution, violence, oh, okay, that took a twist. Huh. All right. Well, there you go. My glasses, I do need to get them sorted. I really, really do, and I cannot get in. Okay, so the print is pretty large in this book too. Like, the book's pretty big, and all the rest. I do like a large print. It has, let me see, how many pages does it have? It has 372. It's got a couple of pages of acknowledgements in the back as well. And it's also got some notes on sources. So this must be a factual fiction as well, doesn't say. It doesn't actually say. Alright, let's have a look when it was published. It was published in 2019. Alright, so there you go. And it was first published in Great Britain. It does sort of have like a British feel to it, but yeah, anyway, that is going to be an interesting book. I'm pretty sure that I seen one of my prompts for something with a beach in it. So, ooh, there we go. Alright, so that is a book 7 that we've opened up, and we're going to get straight into some stitching. I'll just pop that book out of the way. So today, as always, we are working on Holiday Quaker. If you're just joining us now, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up down below, and also hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and then where you won't miss out on any future posts. I have my coffee with me this morning. I'm definitely going to need that. We, when you last seen it, we were working on the reindeers. I'm going to forego the last reindeer, and I'm going to come back and work on the moon so I can sort of progressively move across. All right, so if you are new here, we are working, when I do the Stitch With Me for the month of December, we are working on up until Christmas Eve, holiday quaker, so you will get to see this on a regular basis. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying all the advent openings, especially that mystery one. It is a bit of a puzzler, that one. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. So let's get into stitching. I am actually swapping up my threads today. I am going to be using white from Cosmo threads, and it is number 500. It is not as bright as the 2500 in Cosmo or DMC. It's just a shade lighter, but it's still much of a muchness. You know, like it is. This one here is a DMC blank, and you can see the difference in it. So the moon I want to stand out a little bit more, so that's why I'm going to use the 500. All right, so let's load up our needles, and we can start chit-chatting about all the stuff that I've been reading. All right, as I said, I'm only going to talk about one book today, and maybe two. I don't know. We'll see how we go for time, hey? Shall we? All right. Okay, let me just get all the... I looked at my threads, and I had fluff all over my hands, and I've put it everywhere. Oh, it is getting to be a bit busy at the moment. I don't have too much on as far as going out. I do have a quilt that I've got to get finished, and I also have some custom bags that are like some pre-ordered bags that I'm working on at the moment, and a custom one for the lovely Gail for her birthday next year. She's got a birthday start and she needs some bags, so, and wouldn't you believe it, I've lost my needle. Where is it? There it is. Alright, so if you might be wondering why I'm just going to leave that there. Basically what happens is, as I'm stitching along, if I go back to do something in a different colour, I'll just pop this thread up here, because it's going to continue on with the reindeers, because we've got one more reindeer to fill in. And I sort of, like, I've got all the snowflakes filled in around here, and then the moon is going to go in here, and then, so I want to get that finished before I start moving too far away from it. And then I've got a heap of snowflakes. So the moon comes down here. So yeah, it's sort of in, it's this part here. It's not a very big moon, but yeah. So this reindeer is got all moon around it, and this one has got a little bit here, and then a bit goes up towards this here. I've got another snowflake that's got to go in there, and his legs are on the moon as well. So there's a fair chunk of stitching to do there. And you know what, I can't thread my needle today, and I'm thinking, why can't I see it? Because I don't have my stitching glasses on. That's why. So let's put my stitching glasses on. So you might be wondering what my stitching glasses are. They're just basically a pair of readers that I've got from the chemist. So this is what they look like. So you can see, not that I can see anything without any glasses on, but you can see there, it magnifies it really well. You can see under there. So that's it there, and then we'll put that under. You can see it enlarges it. I've tried different magnifiers. I've had overhead ones, which are great. It works really well, but it doesn't work well for me in the lounge room because it doesn't reach far enough. The other one that I've had is a smaller desktop one,
but I find that that doesn't reach far enough either when I'm using the Q-snaps. And then I've had ones that clip onto my glasses and they don't work real well because the bridge of my nose starts to ache and I get a headache from that. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go down. I'm going to get a pair of readers. These are a 3, I think they are. It'll tell me on the side. I think I might have actually taken the sticker off. Oh, sometimes it tells you on the bars. Let me have a look here. Oh, these are a 3.5. Okay, so yeah, and I just go down. They're like 20 bucks, and I haven't had to replace these for ages. So, and it, like you can't look off into the distance with them because you cannot see anything. It's just the world is so blurry. But when I'm up and close and personal to my cross stitch like I am right now, it just makes a heck of a difference. Alright, so I'm just going to start here and start stitching that. Before I do, I just have to take a photo. Sorry, I'm just doing some challenges as I'm doing this. I'm just getting myself used to, I don't really care if I bugger this challenge up. It's just getting used to taking those photos again and all the rest of it. Oh, where's my pen? So I will definitely need to mark this off as I'm going, because we all know how it is. If you don't mark it off, I'll end up making a mistake, and my moon will end up looking like an egg or something useful like that. or is that not useful? Alright, so let me just get this started before we start talking about books and all the rest of it. Alright, so I am just going to talk about one book today. The book I'm going to talk about will be the one of the Jessie Hunt ones. I'm halfway through another one and I sort of don't want to talk about that, but I will have that finished for Thursday. So basically on Thursday I'll talk about that. So yeah, I'll just talk about one today and we'll do a little bit of stitching, so we won't be on for too long because the Jessie Hunt one is pretty quick and all the rest of it. I did have a question about a lady sent me, it must be in the group or has seen the video from yesterday where I was talking about the challenges. She actually asked me if I was going to do any knitting or crochet ones. Now I can definitely do a knitting or crochet one. I just have to think about it for a bit and ponder it, how I would set it up. I'm thinking that maybe for the crochet one, maybe do a different block, and maybe make a patchwork blanket, like just do squares like a certain size and then make yourself a blanket with it. I'm not too sure, or whether like in different stitches, so each block will be a different stitch. That would also mean that you might have to do a little bit of searching and stuff like that. So I'm still pondering those ones, but just like bear with me because I might end up with something. As for the knitting one, I might just do some prompts of different things to knit and see how we go with that. That might work. I think that will work. You know, like knit a scarf or a beanie or a set of gloves or a pair of socks or things like that. So I might do that, but I'll just do it I'll probably just do that as a monthly challenge because knitting's a lot slower. I'm not a knitter by any means, and I doubt whether I would actually participate in the challenges, but there might be one or two that I might want to. The sock one always intrigues me. Please come out. I just caused a big knot and I don't know whether I'm going to get that out. Ooh, yay, we might just get that out. Ah, yes. Alright. Always panic when it's halfway through, like you've only just started the thread and then you get a knot. It drives me insane. Alright, so I'm going to try and, yeah, so as I was saying, I'm going to try and get a few of those challenges together. They may not be up. Where's that black coming from? They may not. I think I just pulled up a knot. Ugh, I'll get that out in a minute. They may not be up until the end of the month, because I'm at, as I said, I am in the process of working all the, I've got a bit of a problem underneath here with one of the threads has just got caught up that I had off to the side, and I think I'm just going to have to shorten that and fix that up later. It's just made a big burr underneath. Yeah, so I'll try and have those done by the end of the year. It's just a case of getting some prompts together and making sure it's achievable and the length and all the rest of it, because we are a multi-craft group, and she was very much right. We are a multi-craft group, and I should try to include everybody. It won't take me too long to think of prompts and all the rest of it, and I don't want to make it super hard for you either. The sewing one, that has that covers a lot of different sewing items and stuff like that. There's some garments and all that. I know that not everybody does that, but they're the prompts, and yeah, I'm sure you're going to enjoy them. It might even push you out of your comfort zone, and you'll be able to get some, you know, some new skills and stuff like that. I'm actually really enjoying putting them together for you. Hopefully you will enjoy them too. Alright, so we are here to do some stitching. We are here to talk about books, and we're also, yeah, that's about it really. I don't have anything else to say. I haven't done anything. It's early in the morning. I have my cuppa and I'm just going to get stuck into the stitching. So I'm going to click over to my voiceover and talk about the book, the latest book, which was book 9 in the Jessie Hunt series. Alright, so book 9 was an interesting one. So when we left off from book 8, Jessie and Kat were seriously hurt, and so it's continued on with her still seriously hurt. She's at home with Ryan and Hannah, but recuperating basically. She's on some heavy duty painkillers and all that sort of stuff. She's still concerned about Hannah and where her psyche where she's going with, you know, her mental health and all that sort of stuff. Ryan has moved in and they're all sort of, you know, getting to know one another and all that sort of stuff. So that's sort of how it starts out. But the book really started out with a big punch this time. Basically, it normally just goes into Jessie and all the rest of it, but this time it actually went to a lady going to a house, and subsequently she gets killed and all the rest of it, and Ryan's called and he's heading out to work the case and all the rest of it, and the other profiler at the department, which is the older guy that just sort of does a little bit of he's not paid, like he's paid by them, but he doesn't work full time. He just sort of is there and all the rest of it. He gets called in to work this case as well without Jessie because she's not there. So normally she would go with Ryan, but he's called in to work the case, and he's just, you know, she's strangled and it's, you know, going through the motions and all the rest of it, but something's just not sitting right with him. And so subsequently he goes back and to the house when no one's there. It's at night. And he's going through the house and he's working the case and all the rest of it. Now, Jessie and this profiler are very close. He's an older man, older gentleman, and he's been, I think he's in his 70s or whatever, and he's been working with Jessie to make sure that to find out if Hannah's going to, you know, go the way of her serial killer father. And Hannah is Jessie's half-sister. They've both got the same father, so they've both got a serial killer father. And basically she's been through the ringer in the last 12 months, and Jessie's concerned that she's, you know, not dealing with it very well. But she's a teenager and it's very hard to tell. And this profiler is actually, I forgot to write his name down. He has been sort of helping Jessie to navigate the whole thing, you know, like, because it's been hard on Jessie. She's just not sure whether she's pushing too hard and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, he's working this case and he's just feeling like there's something not right. So he goes back, grabs the keys, goes back to this house. It's in a well-to-do area, and just goes over the crime scene again and whatnot. And when he goes up into the bedroom, he is, because the woman was strangled with a very, with pantyhose, and he found it quite weird that, that he didn't see any, like when he looked around the house, he didn't see any, like in the wardrobes and stuff like that when he was doing his thing, he didn't sort of see anything. So he was going back and something just didn't feel right. So he's gone up into the room and he's going through the owner's, because it wasn't the owner, that the owners are away. And so it was someone in the neighbourhood that'd gone over to take a bottle of wine, and she was writing a note when this all went down. And so basically he's looking through the personal items of the people that own the house, and he couldn't find any pantyhose or anything like that in the house. And he thought that that was quite odd. And while he was doing the search, he basically heard a noise, and before he knew it, someone was in the room and attacking him, and they pushed him and he fell against the dressing table, and then he went to run and he fell and broke his hip. So he knew that he was going to die, and he knew that Jessie would be pulled in because she's the only other criminal profiler in that particular department in Central Precinct. So basically he thought to himself, well, you know, like he was fighting and all the rest of it, and at that point he knew that he wasn't going to make it. So he thought, well, if I'm not going to make it, I need to leave a really good clue, because he knew that Jessie would work it out. So he was face down, and basically this person was on top of him and choking him, and he ended up injuring the person to leave a really good clue. And, so, and sure as anything, Jessie was pulled in on the case. So the call came and Ryan left because he was pulled into the case again, into that. And so now we have a house that's had 2 murders in it, and one was like a criminal profiler. So Jessie's been pulled into it, and her boss wasn't going to let her, but as Jessie said, she was the best in the department. And so, she needed to be on the case. And it was quite interesting because it didn't feel right to Jessie either. And it turned out that there was actually 2 different murderers in this one. So, it was quite interesting how it all played out and everything. Now, I don't want to give too much away because I know that some of you are probably reading this series now. And so I don't want to give away too much, but I had to give away that plot twist there with the profiler to bring Jessie into it. So Jessie then investigates and all the rest of it, and Hannah is worried and all this sort of stuff because of different things that are happening. So it's just sort of playing out that, and it's just the character development is really starting to take shape now. We've got Ryan and Jessie living together and have a relationship. We've got Hannah, who may or may not turn into a serial killer. I don't know where they're going to go with that, because she seems pretty even keel right now. So, and Jessie's concerned because she's always in the thick of it, and she's worried that she do the job that she's doing, because that she wants to be close to it and all the rest of it. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how Blake Pearce is going to take these characters. You know, like, you can only have Jessie getting hurt so many times. You can only have Hannah on the brink so many times, and all the rest of it. But there is some personal character development and whatnot. You know, even if the characters are just a little bit repetitious, as I've said before, these books are great for my productivity. Like, I just put a book in and I just start sewing, and I get the things that I need to get done, custom work and all that sort of stuff. I just get that done, and then I don't have to worry about it. But I'm not going to give you too much more on the story, because if I do, I'm actually going to let the cat out of the bag on certain things. So I'm just going to leave it at that. As I said, I'm really enjoying the series. I'm looking forward to book 10. I am going to do a check, because I know that there's been a couple of Blake Pearce books released, and I'm not sure which series they are. He's got a couple of series at the moment that are releasing books almost monthly. I've had a couple of notifications. So I'm going to check that out and see. And next time I talk about a Jessie Hunt book, I will be able to tell you whether we have more published in the series. Now, when I did do some research, I did find that there was 19, and I think 18 and 19 hadn't been published yet, but they were due for release in early 2022. I think 19 was. So we're getting close to that. So I'll have to have a look and see what else. And I've also got a new series that I'm starting of Blake Pearce as well, because as I said, I love them for productivity, for when I'm quilting or when I'm sewing or even when I'm stitching. Basically, that one is called so the first one that I've read the first two, which was Left to Run and Left to Lie. So all those books will start with Left to, and then they'll have something after. The one I'm reading right now is The Perfect. So the book that I read, book 9, is called The Perfect Neighbor, and so I have found all of them on audio on Scribe. So I pay $8.99 a month for Scribe, and then I don't have to pay for any more books. And I think all but one have been on. I think I may have got the first one on Audible because it was in Kindle. And I think it was like $2 or something, or $1.69 for the audio. So basically, as I've said in the past, I have set up a kit list, and I'm slowly adding the books to the kit list. So you'll find them there. Sometimes I can't find them, so that if they aren't in the kit list, it means because I haven't been able to find them on Amazon, because I'm just putting the Amazon links there. But the Amazon links will give you to Kindle, because they're all on Audible, Kindle, and also a physical book. So make sure that you check that out. I'm slowly adding all of the books that I've read this year to it. Obviously 2022 will be up to date, so make sure that you check that out. All right, that is it for the book 9 of the Jessie Hunt series. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed our little book review today. I'm getting closer. I'm almost I would say now I'm halfway, but as I said, I still don't know whether there's more of the Jessie Hunt series coming. I'm up to book 10. I'll be moving on to book 10 now, so yay. I'm going to call that halfway through the series. So I'm looking forward to starting her next one too. So anyway, that's it from me today. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and give us a thumbs up down below as well. Leave us a comment and tell me what you were working on. I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. I've got some more filming to do and editing to do, so I will see you all again tomorrow for the sewing tutorial. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you all again then. Bye for now.